How's it going, guys? My name is Jerry with Aesthetic Auto Detailing. Today we're here in Pomona, California. We're going to do an interior detail and exterior wash on this Jeep Laredo. Main focus on the video is going to be the removal of dog hair. The client has 2 or 3 huskies, and not only that, but we have some dog poop that we got to take care of today. It's all right, guys, it happens. It's not the first time I've done a job like this. It's most likely not going to be the last. So let's take care of this. All right, guys, so these are the tools that I'm going to be using today. This is a pet hair removal brush. You guys have probably seen a version of this before. This is a Max Shine version, but obviously there are a bunch of other brands out there. They actually work great. I've used different brands before. It's the same concept, works amazing. This is a Vortex. It's the Amazon version of the Tornador. We're going to use this to blow out, loosen up the pet hair, and whatever doesn't get loosened up, then that's what we're going to use these brushes. This is also Amazon version of, Max Shine version of pet hair removal. It works great. You guys are going to see how they work right now. And last but not least, I bought this at Walmart a couple years ago. I really use it just for kind of tight spots. Works great. All right, guys, so I'm going to show you guys the difference between these two right now. Let's check it out. There's also a side that has teeth, which is the one that I'm using right now. We'll use it side without the teeth. So it's not bad. It definitely loosens up the hair, and then obviously you're gonna go with it with the vacuum, and you're gonna notice a big difference. You know, usually what I do is I'll go with the Tornador first, the Vortex, and whatever doesn't get blown off, then I'll come in with this. We're gonna use this one really quick and notice a difference. You're gonna have a little rubber wedge on here also, but I usually like to use the teeth. So now we're going to test out this little wedge right here. Let's see if we see a difference. You know what? It's not bad. Personally, I prefer these better, the little bristles. But, you know, like I always tell you guys, make sure you guys do what works best for you. All right, guys. So it took us about, I would say, an hour and a half to fully blow out and work out the pet hair. So now the vehicle is pretty much free of the pet hair. So now what we're doing is we sprayed all of the carpet bomber, the Terminator, and now we let it saturate for a little bit. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to start steaming, and then we'll go from there. We're going to steam it, we're going to drill it, and we're going to extract it. And then we're going to go ahead and spray some neutralizer, and then we're going to put the fans. We always got to make sure that everything dries properly, because nobody likes a vehicle that smells like mildew after. All right, guys, so now we've done all of the vacuuming, the shampooing, all of the removal of the pet hair. We did the whole wipe down. We conditioned everything with Swift. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to do the bio bomb, because the dog did have an accident here. It was on this seat. We took care of that. You need to let this work for, I would say, minimum an hour, I believe it says. 2 hours, I think, is more ideal. But what I like to do is, while I'm washing the vehicle, I like to let it do its thing. That way, you know, by the time we're finishing up, pack up, all I need to do is take this out and let it do its thing. So I do not have the key for this vehicle, unfortunately. So we do have a risk of it locking on us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to include my cents. The client chose new car, and I also make sure that I leave business cards in here. That way they can leave them for their, their friends or family. That's how you guys, usually get your referrals. And so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to put this in here. And then I'm going to put the, I believe it's called the aerator. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Also, when you get the bio bombs, they give you this little thing right here. Excuse this chicken scratch. But I usually just leave it for the client as well. That way they have an idea like, okay, this was done. So now, as you guys can see, it's gonna start creating its own little gas. You don't wanna be in here, so I'm gonna get out now. All right, guys, so now we finished the entire interior. It is about 3:10 right now. So this vehicle did take a whole lot longer than it usually does for my interior detail package. That's okay though, because I did charge accordingly. I charge a little more than what I usually do, but I explained to the client, we're going to do a bio bomb. That's a surcharge, it's not included in the interior detail. There was a biohazard fee, and on top of that, there was an excess amount of pet hair. So roughly I would have charged maybe like 300, 350 the most. This time I did charge 400, and that was just because we did have some scheduling, like, you know, mishaps due to the weather, mainly the weather. So now what we're doing is we're working on the exterior wash right now. I do have the bio bomb going right now. All right, guys, so an hour has gone by. We're gonna turn this off. It's done its thing. I mean, it's really, we gassed out the entire vehicle. I inhaled some a little bit earlier, and I'm still able to like, I have like that chlorine smell in my nostrils, and honestly it kind of gave me a headache. That's why they say, you know, it's best not to like inhale it. You want to leave the vehicle like open, air it out for about 2 hours. It even says over here on the instructions somewhere, but we did it. It did its thing. Now all we need to do is just clean up the door jambs. We did the windows, we did the tires. We're gonna clean up the door jambs. I'm gonna do a final walkthrough of the entire vehicle, but it came out great. I'm excited for my client to see the vehicle. They're not here right now. They had to go run some errands, but like I tell all of my clients, if anything stands out to you, you want anything, you know, touched up, whatever the issue is, feel free to let me know. All right, guys, so that's how I do my jobs. You know, removing pet hair with the right tools, the right knowledge. That's how I was able to get the job done. Hey, but let me know, guys, how much do you guys charge for something like this? Drop it down in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay blessed.